The speed of it is just incredible, being able to run those mobs through in that time. You're not sort of thinking, right, well this morning's buggered because we've got to weigh some cattle. It's righto, we've got an hour, let's go and do a couple of mobs, and yeah, so that works well. Andrew Wright, farming with my wife Tania in the Mt Hutt area in Mid Canterbury, the South Island, and we're 200 hectares of reasonably flat sort of country, quite intensive dairy grazing and Angus steer grazing for the 5-star feedlot below Ashburton. We run around 300 dairy heifers, R1s and R2s, so 300 of each, and then around about 250 Angus steers. We buy them in straight off the hill, so they're just weaned off mum. When we sold our dairy farm, we came up here in 2008, and where I thought a dairy shed should go, we put the cattle yards. So we had a 150, I think they call them, and we put a hydraulic Titan, and we were just using the hydraulic handles, which was next step up from the manual, and that saw us out well for 10-15 years, and we're looking to try and make life a bit easier staff-wise, and working with steers and things can be quite exciting at times. So safety-wise, for both the animals and for ourselves working with them, the Taurus has been magnificent for that, to be able to have the auto catch and the best of the lollies that go with it. So today we were running some of our weaner calves. I've been on farm 2 days, weaned off mum 2 or 3 days ago, so we've had them rowdy on the back of the yards there. And so today was a copper bullet, an oral drench, and a 7-in-1 vaccine, which they'll get a booster of in about another 4 to 6 weeks. So we've gone to the Macrostock, which has been fantastic. It has Wi-Fi out here for to be able to send the information of each weigh instantly up to the cloud out in the middle of the farm. We're all running on generators out here, so we run the Taurus is all hydraulic, so we've got our generator in the shed, which also runs our power for the scales and bits and pieces. The auto catch is brilliant. You can be facing the other way and not stressing the animal about going through the head crush. It just makes its own way, and the wee eye above reads it coming through the head crush and squeezes it up as well as the crush. So no, it's just fantastic for both staff and animals. We've been really enjoying that side of it. So the dosing gun, that was a wee bit of something that I like my technology, so we were pretty keen for that. The scales will weigh the animal, and then it'll talk to the gun, tell it how many kilograms or how many mils of the oral drench it needs, and then we just pull the trigger and it all happens. So very efficient on how much product you're using. You're not weighing to the heaviest one, you're weighing to exactly what each one weighs. We can run 150 through in about 25-30 minutes the other day, and that's for a weigh and a pour on. The speed of it is just incredible, being able to run those mobs through in that time. It's a bit of a treat to be able to use it. Like I say, we're only just getting the gist of the Macrostock, but there's endless ways of using that information. I think it'll be great. My plan is to send weight gains and growth rates to the farms that we've bought, or stations we've bought stock off, so they can get the information back on how their calves are going. And it's great to be able to send it for our dairy stock to the guy we're grazing off, send them information so they know what growth rates, whether we're up to scratch with really before mating and those sort of things, which is very important.